Riddhi Chopra, and I'm the manager at Campus France Chandigarh desk. Today's webinar is about finding a program to study in France. Campus France, the national agency for the promotion of higher education in France, operates under the French Ministry of External Affairs and Ministry of Higher Education and Research. In India, the Campus France network is a part of the cooperation service of the French Embassy in India. What we do, we provide personalized counseling sessions and organize various workshops throughout the year for the students looking to pursue education in France. These sessions help students acquire relevant and necessary information about the programs offered by different French institutions. The excellence in higher education and research in France is widely acknowledged around the world. Numerous French universities and grandes écoles place highly in the most reputable international rankings, such as the Times Higher Education, the Financial Times ranking, the QS, the Shanghai ranking. Studying in France means actually benefiting from this recognition. This renown is in particular due to the exceptional achievements of French researchers. With 13 field medals, France is the second in the world in mathematics. It also had 65 Nobel Prize winners, including Marie Curie, the first woman to receive a Nobel Prize for Physics in 1903. In 1911, she became the first researcher in the world to obtain a second, and this time it is for chemistry. In the next half an hour, we are going to show you how to search for a program that suits you the best, after which we are going to hear from Illumina on her experience of searching for a study program in France through the directory and also studying there too. Campus France has an extensive directory with lists of nearly 1,600 programs that are wholly or partially taught in English and also French taught courses at public and the private institutions, providing a wide range of courses for your dream career. There are several tools that can help you select the program that corresponds to your level and area of studies in French higher education, in particular, the Campus France online catalogs. Whether it is for bachelor's program, master's program, arts program, cultural stays, short stay programs, doctoral programs, or even specifically during these pandemic times, 100% online programs or hybrid degree programs, we have them all. Now, let me introduce you to my colleague, Mr. Sujit Nair, Manager of Campus France Ahmedabad, who with few slides will give you all the information to seek a program to study in France. Over to you, Sujit.
Thank you so much, Nidhi. And thank you all the students and viewers. Thank you for joining today. So today we will run through a bunch of Campus France catalogs that could make finding your program of your interest very easy. Usually finding the right program can be very difficult, and especially in this age of information, you get lost very easily. One of the effective means to find this program of your interest can be the catalogs that you would find on Campus France website. Let me just go through, share my screen and help you go through the different catalogs that we have. Just a minute. Yeah, so I hope you all can see the screen. Great. So we have distinct catalogs for different kinds of programs, which can be found easily on the Campus France website, which is campusfrance.org. So we have catalogs dedicated to programs taught in English. We have catalogs for bachelor degree programs. We have catalogs for master degree programs. We have a portal with an inbuilt catalog for all the programs on art, design, architecture, music. It's called Campus Art. We have a full-fledged doctoral school catalog, which gives you information of all ongoing PhD programs and doctoral programs in France. We have a special catalog for all short-term programs, programs which are, less than 3 months of duration, or programs which are just of a few weeks of duration. You can search easily with these catalogs. We have a new catalog, which is called Back to Campus catalog. You know, the world is facing a pandemic, and um, there was a glitch in going and studying abroad. So we have this catalog called Back to Campus catalog, which offers hybrid programs, which is an online and offline program catalog. So we have a bunch of programs in these catalogs as well. Moving ahead, let's start with the programs taught in English catalog. This is a very enriching catalog with more than 1,600 programs fully taught in English. It's pretty easy. We have few useful filters here. Like you can choose the level of your studies. As you can see, we have specific programs, specific filters to choose from. Like you can choose Licence 1, which is first year of bachelor's, Licence 2 and L3 programs. Similarly, you can choose for master level programs and MScs, specialized masters, MBAs, and short and professional courses as well. On the other side, we also have filters based on fields. So you can choose the field of your interest, like if you're looking for business and management programs, you can select those. And these are like multiple clicks, so you can choose pretty easily. Moving ahead, we also have filters for programs which are 100% taught in English. So you can just filter out those programs which are totally taught in English. You can filter out those programs which after completion of which you are awarded with national diploma, or those programs which carry a national fee structure decided by the French government. Um, I would like to talk about the label Bienvenue en France, or Welcome to France label, which was awarded to, to allow institutions to highlight their, ability to accommodate new international students, as in, their ability and efficiency to welcome new students, international students, and their quality of education is accredited by this label. So you'll find quite a few courses which carry this label within the catalog that could ensure you that the program is pretty well accredited and pretty well it's a popular program amongst all international students. Um, Now, when you shortlist a few programs of your choice, when you click on the program details, when you click on one particular program, you get pretty specific details of the program, as in you can read about the program description, you can see the admission requirements, you can see the objectives of the program, the tuition fee structure of that program, and even the institution's profile, which includes its ranking and accreditations. Moving on to the bachelor degrees catalog. So as you can see, we have some definite filters to help you browse through some bachelor degree programs. We have, you can easily, filter out programs based on the field of study and the subject area. As you can see, if you choose management as a field of study, you can further categorize and further shortlist the programs of your choice based on the subject area, like finance, insurance, banking, marketing, auditing, and all. Not just that, but you can also shortlist the programs as per the geographic region. Like, some students would like to explore institutes in Paris or around Paris, or some students might want to explore institutes around other cities like Lyon or Toulouse. So you are able to do so very easily using these catalogs. Now, I would like to talk about the grants search engine. This is unique, which it's a unique feature that you will find in Campus France catalogs, where you can easily look for grants that are available. You can easily look into, and there are some definite filters to help you do so. Like you can choose the type of grant, as in if you need a grant for studies or for research or for internships. You can also choose which level of studies are you looking grant for, the subject area, the nationalities, as in there are quite a few scholarships that we offer for Indian students, so you can shortlist those. You can also shortlist the grants funded by the different bodies, like if you want to look into grants funded by, let's say, foreign governments or French government or the European Union, for example, you can easily look up those grants through this catalog. Similarly, just like we had this feature for bachelor's degrees catalog, we have the same feature for master's degrees catalog, where you can, shortlist courses as per the field of study and subject area. Um, you can shortlist master degree courses as well by geographic region. Coming on to doctoral schools category, this is pretty interesting. You can, as you can see, there are definite fields of interest which you can browse through, as well as you can browse through the doctoral programs as per the different regions in France. And there's a keyword search as well. If you want to have a very refined search, you can put in some keyword and search for the right program. Um, when you actually search for programs, you will find detailed information about ongoing doctoral programs, such as you'll find the research areas where these doctoral programs affect, the language requirements, for example, the application procedure is mentioned, whether and how much funding is required for this program is mentioned. Not just that, the most important thing is this portal provides you with the contact of the head of the programs, which is very important, I think, for scholars to get in touch with the mentor or the head of the project and start a dialogue. Also, you will find a few stats like, the research bodies that are involved in that particular doctoral program, the disciplines that affect that program, the domains that are involved, as well as different university contacts for you to have, complete access um, about the program. Um, the portal, the catalog also shares a few statistics, such as the number of international and national PhD students going for that particular program in that particular university, or how many number of PhD students are funded for that particular program. So it's pretty interesting to know, to see the different statistics around different programs and then make your choice. Now, moving on to Campus Art Catalog. This is a catalog which is not just a catalog, but a portal as well. So it's actually a network of French higher education institutes for art and architecture and much more. So it comprises of 457 online programs and around 163 member institutions. When I said it's not just a catalog, it's a portal as well. That means that you can easily look for courses, programs in art, design, photography, music, architecture, filmmaking, and it's a matter of just few clicks. You just have to choose a few options, and there it populates a list, and you can look into it. Now, using this portal, you can also apply online for free. So you can look into the list of programs available, also apply to those programs, to those universities through the same portal. So using a single file, you can apply to all the network institutions. And it's pretty handy. Now, we also have a summer school short-term programs catalog. There are around 308 programs available in this catalog, and you will find dedicated programs to learn French in France offered by different language institutes in France. You can also find short-term programs, summer schools in different areas of interest. And not just the long-term programs, but the short-term programs also carry, few good short-term programs would also carry this label, Welcome to France, ensuring that the program is really good and really popular among international students. Yeah. So this is how it looks like. There are a few filters to even shortlist short-term programs. You can define your subject area. You can define the certification that you're looking for. You can also see the programs which require any prerequisite French language levels. Yeah, and you can also look into, you can also filter out using the calendar filter that during which point of the year these programs, the call for these programs would open. Yeah. Now, we also have back to campus catalog, which is pretty useful during these times when more and more institutes across the world are adapting to hybrid learning methods, where part of your course would be done online and the other part could be done on campus. So we have like 685 such hybrid programs available. Um, and there is a dedicated catalog to access these programs, look into details of it. Um, yeah, so you can access all these catalogs through our website, campusfrance.org. Moving ahead, a lot of students apply to public universities through Campus France. It's mandatory actually to apply through Campus France in order to seek admissions to public universities in France. So we do have a special portal for that called Study in France portal, or Etudes en France portal, through which you can apply to various universities. And what is interesting is, you can create your profile on the Campus France website. You can upload the necessary documents as well as your CV and SOP. And we do give an add to cart feature where you can add up to 7 programs. Yes, up to 7 programs through the single application. Yeah, so students do add different programs like of their interest onto this card, and then they once their application is validated, they pay the processing fees, and then an interview is conducted at the respective Campus France office, post which they start getting responses from the universities where they have applied, and it's pretty easy. Everything happens through the same portal. uh, you don't have to go looking here and there, browsing through different emails in your inbox and all. It's pretty easy to manage your admission process through this catalog and through this portal. Now, doesn't stop there, but we also have quite a few associated catalogs for online and distance learning. Um, these catalogs are pretty interesting. One such catalog is MOOC, Massive Online Open Courses. It allows you to obtain a proper certification, and even there are plenty of subjects where you can do certain online courses. These are short-term courses. And apart from that, we have small private open courses catalogs as well, where you can, do a virtual class, for example, and you can just enroll and do a quick course of a month or two, or courses up to 6 months are also available through these catalogs. Um, then we have a catalog called FOAD, which is for distance learning programs. And, you can take distance learning lessons, and you can choose such programs through this catalog as well. Yeah, so we are pretty active on our Facebook and Instagram pages. Please do follow us on Facebook and Instagram. And I just would like to say that, those who are here for the Choose France store, we have several booths of different different universities and institutes in France waiting for you. You can just go to their respective booths and, start a private chat with them. They would be happy to give you all the relevant information. Thank you all. And Nidhi?
Yes, all right. Thank you so much, Sujit. Very informative, and I hope the students got to know about the various programs that are available through our online catalogs. But of course, the students can always take the help of the Campus France managers. So moving further, we have Illumina now joined us from France. She's Kanika Sood. Kanika?
Hello, ma'am. Can
Hello,
you see me?
Yes, yes.
Hello.
So
How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. Thank you for joining us today. So, Kanika has applied in 2019 through the EEF, which is Etudes en France portal, and she applied to different public universities, which gives an option to choose 7 different courses. So, Kanika, would you like to explain in detail how it happened, and also something, what you are doing right now?
Yes, so I applied for several universities in France via the Campus France procedure in 2019. I did my Master 2 here in 2019 to 2020. It was for 1 year. After that, I started my PhD. My master was in chemistry, but my PhD is in physics and mechanical engineering. So now currently I'm in the first year of my thesis. I'm in University of Lille. I forgot to mention I'm from Chandigarh, from India. And I did my bachelor's and master's in India from Punjab University in Chandigarh.
All right. So for our viewers, Kanika has completed masters from Punjab University, India, and she applied for M2 course in the different universities in 2019, and she joined M2 program directly with the University of Lille.
Yes.
And currently, she's pursuing her PhD in the same university.
Yes, it's the same.
All right. All right.
Yeah.
So, Sujit,
Yes, hi Nidhi. Hi Kanika.
Hello, sir. How are you?
I'm fine. Most welcome to this webinar, and we will soon. We are very much delighted actually to have you here, and we are very curious to know about your experiences as well. So I have a few questions for you. Of the initial times when you actually were looking for different programs and when you were going through different options. So would like to know, did you ever, how did you, get to know about Campus France, and did you search for a program on particular on the Campus France portal? How did it all happen?
So after my master's in India, I was looking for several opportunities. I started learning French at Alliance Française, and there I got to know about Campus France. So I took an appointment to meet Nidhi ma'am. She was the manager. She's the manager of Campus France in Chandigarh. So I met her, and she told me the different opportunities that are available to study in France. And I got to know about the Campus France website and the Etudes en France procedure and the different universities that offer courses in chemistry. I was looking for PhD, but I eventually figured out that it is more beneficial to do a master too before we get into PhD. So I was very clueless in the beginning, but after seeing the website and after regular counseling sessions from Nidhi ma'am, I was able to do the procedure, and it was quite easy, I would say. I was more clueless in the beginning, but when you start doing it, there are lots of questions that are simultaneously answered because there is someone with you all the time to help you, especially with Campus France. It's easier than the other countries.
Great. So it's great to know that Campus France was at a hand's reach for you.
Yes, for sure.
And talking about, you did mention that you did look into our website, and did you get a chance to explore our catalogs, and how was it at the first go?
Yes, I chose all the 7 courses from the catalog because I was looking for more options in chemistry and public universities. So I used the Campus France catalog to filter the different universities that I knew were more prestigious for chemistry, and at the same time the different courses, because I wanted to filter specialized courses in my domain. So the Campus France website was helpful because we can filter with the region, with the universities, with the field of domain in which we want to pursue. So it was not difficult to choose the course at the website.
Right. Did you need any? Did you look for any further assistance when you were, filtering out the courses or shortlisting them?
No, no, no. I just when I was using the Campus France website and I was doing the Etudes of France procedure, I just used these two portals because they were sufficient. They were self-explanatory to choose the course. And at the same time, for more information, the link of the university and the link of the Master 2 course is mentioned. I could click on the link and I could get more information about what subjects will be taught if I choose this course.
Right. And you know, generally, for those students who are not tech savvy and who use computers less, how do you think how difficult or how easy is it to browse through these catalogs and how to find the right courses? How easy could it be, or how difficult could it be?
I think in the beginning, everyone gets puzzled. So even if you're not sure if you'll be able to use the portal and everything, in the beginning, everyone feels the same way. But eventually, when you start doing it and you see that people are there to help you, the Campus France managers, you can contact them, you can take an appointment, you can share your thoughts, you can ask your queries. It becomes very easy. So it is difficult. I won't say it's difficult. It's a bit confusing in the beginning because you don't know in which direction you have to go. But when there is someone with you giving you the direction and is constantly supporting you and reassuring you, it's easier to do that. I don't think it will be difficult because for example, I'm from the scientific background, so I have the knowledge what kind of filters I have to use. So with their knowledge and with my knowledge, we can collectively do what we want to achieve.
Right. Right. So, Kanika, did you always have in mind that you wanted to go to Lille and study in Lille? Was it like a region of your preference?
No, no, no. I was not aware about Lille before, but when I applied, I got response from several universities. But I got scholarships from two universities in Claude Bernard and the one in Lille, University of Lille. I preferred Lille because this course, the Master 2 course, was more different than what I did before. Normally, people prefer to do something that's more similar, but I did not want to repeat the same thing. I already did masters in organic chemistry before, and I was not willing to do it again. So I did the second masters. It's not in organic, it was in analytical chemistry. And at the same time, I had the scholarship, so I had no second thoughts about coming to Lille. But now I love this place.
Great, great. Can you tell us about your experiences of studying in Lille a bit?
Yes, for sure. I think I definitely don't regret my decision. I'm glad that I could make it here. I'm thankful to Campus France to be able to come here because I think here the masters and I'm happy that I did not come directly for the PhD. I did a master too, and then I started my PhD because the education system here is very different from India, and at the same time, the expectations that they have from a master 2 student is much more than what people expect from a master student in India. I think I had to work very hard. I think I did not work this hard in India in my entire life, but here
Right.
I had to really study and focus. But at the same time, the teachers, they are very cooperative and they understand that because our master was international master, so we have students from all countries. But our teachers, they were very cooperative and they understood that we all are from different countries. We all had different education systems. We all had different backgrounds. So they were very cooperative and they helped us throughout the year. They helped us to find the internship. They trained us to find the internship and eventually perform well during the internship. So I would say that it was difficult. It was not easy to study and to be a student, but at the same time, they are constantly helping you. So you are not lost. You know what you have to do. It's just that you have to put the effort to do it.
Mhm. And one more question, but let me take you back to those times when you were applying to different institutes.
Yeah.
Um, when you knew that you could apply to 7 different courses using the portal.
Yeah.
What was your strategy to choose those 7 programs?
My strategy, normally I could find a lot of courses from chemistry, so it was not difficult for me because a lot of courses were already available. But I knew people that who had some core domains, and it was not possible for them to find a lot of courses, so they had to be a bit more flexible and they had to choose some courses that were not directly related to their field. But I think here what matters is the motivation. If you are switching your domain or if you are changing your domain, you're going to a different domain, choosing a different course, what matters is the motivation. When I was in my master's, I did organic chemistry. Here, then I did master's in analytical chemistry, but my PhD is in physics and mechanical engineering.
Mhm.
So I'm using chemistry, but the title is not chemistry, and I'm using mechanical engineering concepts. My supervisors, they would have preferred someone who had a mechanical engineering background instead of me, but they selected me, I think, only because of the motivation.
Right.
So I think if you are flexible with the domain, I have seen people here who have done PhD in bioinformatics, even from India. I know a lot of Indian students are here. They have done their PhD in bioinformatics and now they're doing management courses, or maybe they have opened a restaurant, or maybe they are doing some bakery courses. So it doesn't matter until and unless you have a strong motivation. But I think you have to be a bit flexible. France welcomes students from different domains in different domains. If I'm from chemistry, they don't expect you to continue doing something in chemistry.
Right.
I
So
think that
the
from
education is pretty interdisciplinary, and you
yes, it's always
can explore
multidisciplinary.
other areas of
Yes,
interest as well.
that's the best thing about France, that they're very flexible.
That's great. That's great.
Yeah.
So yeah, Nidhi, would you like to ask some questions?
Yes,
I know
I
that
would.
you have few questions for Kanika.
Yeah, I want to. Actually, viewers want to know about the scholarship which you got. So, can you explain more about the scholarship? You
Uh,
got at M2, and even for PhD, you are
yes,
having a
yes.
scholarship. So, can you explain in detail?
Yes, so when I was applying for the Master 2 program, I wanted to get a scholarship, but I was not very sure how to do it. So I asked Nidhi ma'am how to apply for the scholarship. I saw the catalog on the Campus France website for the different fundings that are available. And ma'am, like you also advised me to send an email to the coordinator of the Master 2 course. So the coordinator of my master was Dr. Denny, and I sent him an email and I asked him personally that I want to get the scholarship and I want to know the procedure that I have to follow. So he told me the procedure, he made me fill a few forms, and then he said that you have to wait. And eventually I got the scholarship letter from them. They wanted me to write a very convincing motivation. I think motivation is very important here. And even for the PhD funding, my supervisor, he wanted me to apply for the funding because when you have to go into the PhD, it's always paid. You cannot work as a PhD student without having a salary. So he wanted me to apply for the funding. And he specially told me that please focus on the motivation, because for me, the funding was the government funding. You can get the funding from the university as well as from the government. So for the university, it's more, it's lesser. Well, not lesser, it's a difference for 100 to 100 euros maybe. And for the government, it's slightly more. So I had to write the letter of motivation in French. He made me write it, and then I got it. But and I'm happy that I was able to do it because the funding that I get is one of the most prestigious fundings in France. So my supervisors and all the people in my lab were very happy because they wanted to hire more students, and to hire more students, they want more fundings. So when you get into the lab, when you get to meet the supervisors, they will tell you everything what you have to do. So I do everything, but they tell me what to do. So it was the procedure I did not know, but they keep telling what you have to do, and then I did it, and then I got it.
All right. So, Kanika, there's one more question from our viewers. Students want to know, like, how easy and how difficult was the shift for you from, in regard to the, formalities for staying from master's to PhD, the visa part and the procedures in France.
Well, I think because I already had the master's, so I had already done all my administrative procedures in the beginning itself during my master's. So during my PhD, the only administrative formality that was left was to extend my visa because I had one year visa for master two. So for my PhD, I got another 3-year visa. And that was the only thing that I had to do when I switched from master's to PhD, and they changed my status from student to employee because you are paid in the PhD. But that is done by the prefecture, the ones who handle the visa administration. But earlier during the masters, you have to do a lot of things. But when you come here, the course coordinators, for us, there was one person who was helping all of us to and telling us okay how to open a bank account and how to apply for social security, for insurance and everything, which is compulsory. I had an idea from the beginning because before coming there was an event organized by Campus France, so I knew that the different steps that I have to follow when I first arrive in France. So I was aware. I applied for CAF. So all the administrative formalities, I was aware of what I have to do when I come here. So when I came here, the course coordinators, they hired different students who are French students to help us to tell us what is the procedure and how to go about it. They have different brochures and plaquettes to tell us. They give us the steps.
All right. So basically, one doesn't need to come back to India, to get a renewal for. It is all done in France.
Yes.
When it's a
Even
shift
after your master's, if you don't find anything, you can get your extension for the job search visa.
For the APS, yes.
Yes.
Uh, all right. So for Sujit, how do we get the Campus France booth? Can you explain it to the viewers about how they can reach to the Campus France booth in the?
So it's pretty easy. Like you'll find the Campus France booth from the drop-down list. There's a drop-down list. When you log in, there's a drop-down list on the top right corner. In the drop-down, you can just choose partners, and you'll find the first booth, which is the Campus France India booth. Just have to click on it, and you can start a chat with our representatives there. You can either group chat with them or even initiate a personal chat with them. And they are ready. They are there to answer all your queries regarding PhD. I can see there are a lot of queries coming up for PhD programs and master programs. I would request to move on to Campus France booth. And if you face any issues locating them or locating any institutes, please go on to our information desk. You'll find them in the bottom right corner. So we have our representatives there who could guide you with the usage of the platform as well.
Then there's a further question. Is M2 mandatory for PhD?
No. It's if you have a bachelor's degree that's for 5 years, you can get directly into PhD. And if you already have a master's from India, you can go directly in PhD.
Because we have the equivalence of...
yes, it's back plus 5, I think.
Yes.
5 years after plus 2. So after that, you're eligible.
Great. One last question, Kanika, which is from the viewers. I would like to ask you this question about French language. Did you already know French language when you were going to France, or did you learn it there?
Yes. So when I was applying, I knew basic. I was in the A2, but when I arrived, I had finished my B2. And when I was in my master's, they took an exam. The people here, they take an exam because they want you to learn English and French both. So they took an exam. So they put me in the C1. I finished C1. So I'm doing my PhD in French. My thesis, my reports and presentations are in French. But there, it is possible to do it in English. More people do it in English here. It's possible to write your thesis in English. But you should know some basic French to handle the administrative procedures. Scientifically, in the university, I don't think it's compulsory because people understand English here. But you will have a better social life and you will have an easier administrative life if you know French. Because even if you go to a normal shop to buy something, you know, they speak French. They will understand English, but it's easier to communicate in French. And sometimes during the thesis, I think for me, because I knew, so now I'm obliged to always talk in French, so I miss English. But there are students in my lab who can talk in English, who can present in English, who write the reports in English. So it's possible either ways. It depends on how much you know. But it's not compulsory. But I would suggest to please know at least A2 or close to B1 or maybe between A2 and B1 before coming here so that you have an easier life outside your university and outside the lab. Yes.
Great. And just a question related to that. Was your M2 program in French or was it in English?
No. No, when I applied, I was A2, so definitely I did not want to apply programs in French. But I applied for programs in English because there are lots of programs in English. So I applied for my master's. It was completely in English. So we were taught in English and our exams were also in English.
Great.
And fortunately, Kanika got selected to all the 7 programs. I mean, she applied to. So we have a provision of applying to 7 different programs, and she had admission in all the universities, and she was happy in making choices then which one to go. And
yes, thank
so
you. Yes, it was a nice procedure. I was very clueless that time, but now I feel like everything is in place. It was all worth it.
Well, it's great to know that, and you know, we really
yes.
wish you well for your future endeavors.
Thank you so much.
And thank you so much for giving us time for this webinar today.
Oh, thank you. It's a pleasure.
All right, so here we come to an end. Yes, and again, we request all our viewers, if like due to time constraint, we could not answer your questions. So you can always go to the CF booth and you can have your queries answered from there. All right, then, thank you. Thank you, Kanika, for sharing your experience with the viewers. It was
one question, sorry to cut you off. There's one question about going to CF booth is pretty easy. You can go into the partners section, like there's a drop down on the top right column. Choose the option partners and you'll find the CF booth there.
All right. All right, then. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, participants. Wish you all good luck for your future endeavors. Thank you. And Campus France managers are always there to support you, to help you. Thank you. Have a great evening, everyone. Bye-bye.
Thank you so much.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.